The Casio F91W is a classic timepiece. It's quite amazing to think that it was introduced way back in 1991. The basic module now comes in many fashionable cases and colours, but it's the plain black resin case that is in fact the most popular. I mean, it's a classless watch, anyone can wear one. It just seems a pity that in more recent years they've become popular again, but for rather the wrong reasons. But popular they are, and people want them. So much so that Casio have now introduced some really attractive designs, and the watch has become a fashion icon. Now, just over a year ago, I noticed that some of these were being sold very cheap on eBay. They were obviously fakes, but I actually bought one just to sort of see how bad they were, and in fact it turned out to be pretty good. I even made a video about it and put it up on YouTube. And I actually got quite a few comments on this video, but the same two questions kept coming back time and time again. The first was that I want to buy one, but how can I avoid buying a fake? And second was, well, now I've actually bought one, how do I know if it's real or is it fake? And these fakes are now so good, it's actually quite difficult to answer that. And with most things in life, you generally get what you pay for. So you need to check the genuine Casio prices for your country. Now in the UK, the black resin watch sells for about £14. The silver chrome bracelet is a little higher, round about typically 18 to 22. The gold coloured watches and the new two-tone watches are even higher still, and can go up to about £30 retail. So you need to find out this information before you actually think of buying. Now if you look on eBay, there are literally thousands of these watches, and all the sellers claim that they're actually genuine, but in fact the majority will actually be cheap China fakes, and it's really difficult trying to tell the actual genuine ones from the fakes. Typically you'll get these great pictures of all the watches with all the different colours under the rainbow, and unfortunately typically most of these are actually fake. So you really need to be careful. You need to actually go into the actual seller's shop and see what other watches they're selling. If they're genuine, you'll probably find they're selling other makes of Casio watch as well. But it's not always that easy, because you'll find that sometimes, even though they're selling fake watches, they actually do supply a picture of a genuine Casio watch. So I'd advise you to email the seller before you actually buy and ask a few kind of direct questions. Things like, is the watch supplied in a box? Does the watch come with a 12-month Casio guarantee? You know, just basic stuff like that. If you really want to buy online and to be probably a little safer, it may be better to go to somewhere like Amazon. Here at least you can read the reviews of other buyers. But once again, you want to be sure you're buying from Amazon direct, because once you get into the marketplace, well, you're just the same as if you're on eBay. So unfortunately, my advice to you is that if you're looking for a genuine watch, you're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, and that's actually go around the mall and actually start looking in the shops. Okay, the downside is you're going to pay the full market price, but these watches are pretty cheap anyway. But at least if you buy from a shop, you're pretty much 100% guaranteed you're going to get a genuine item. And of course you can always take it back if something goes wrong. But now on to the second question. If you've actually bought the watch and it's arrived, how do you know if it's real or fake? And once again, that's not quite easy to answer, but there are one or two little clues. Well, the biggest giveaway is actually how your watch arrives in the post. If you've bought a genuine Casio watch, well, it's going to come in a genuine Casio box, and in that box you're going to find the instructions and the warranty card and such likes. But if your watch turned up in a jiffy bag wrapped in bubble wrap, well, unfortunately you've probably most likely bought a fake, which is exactly what I did on purpose just over a year ago. So we'll have another closer look at that watch. Well, this is how mine turned up. Typically you're just a little packet, and inside, as I say, you know, even though it's got the label, it's just a piece of like bubble wrap. So that's a dead giveaway. The label's fake as well, quite clever but fake. And at first glance the watch actually looks quite good, but this is really how an original Casio is going to turn up. As I said before, you know, you're going to get a box, you're going to get the instructions and everything like that. So this is really what you want to find come through your door, or maybe left in your porch. But once you get past the packaging, it's actually really difficult to tell if the watch is real or fake. I mean, they've really done this well. The actual text on the face, the display itself, it's almost impossible just by looking at it to actually know whether this is a genuine watch. You really have to take it apart to find out. Even the back, they've even done the actual stamping on the back of the case and even put a protector over it. I mean, for £3.50 it's very clever. With the steel bracelet watch, probably the only thing that gives it away is the actual bracelet itself. It just kind of feels a little bit light. It just doesn't feel particularly good quality. And especially if you look at the back, you can see there's a couple of rough edges, and probably also on the side of the bracelet it's not finished to the sort of standard that you would expect. It's just slightly, it's there, but it's just not what you'd think from a Casio watch. Also, if you look at the text on the clasp, yet again it's a little bit chunky, a little bit clunky. It's not as good as a genuine Casio, but of course you need a genuine Casio next to it to be able to compare, and you're probably not going to have that. So it's still not really that easy to actually identify a fake. Another way you can tell with these F91s is the backlight. A genuine Casio had a kind of green bluish backlight, whereas a lot of these fake ones actually have multicolour. To find out a little more for this video, I went to the What You Seek forum, and on that forum I found a post about this very subject. Now here we have a picture of two 91Ws, and the game here is to guess which one is real and which one is fake. It's pretty much impossible to tell, but I'll put you out your misery. The fake one is in fact the one on the right. But the guy himself, who is a Casio collector, admitted it was really difficult to tell until he actually took the backs of the watches off. And then it became obvious that the genuine watch had a few more screws holding down the module. But even so, the differences are really slight. So you might say, well hell, why not just buy the fake because it's cheaper and it's just the same? But in actual fact it's not. Because my fake is a terrible timekeeper. It loses almost a minute a day, which is just unacceptable for a watch. So although they're cheaper, they're far inferior in quality. So that's about it. That's about the best I can do. I wish you good hunting and just try and get a genuine watch. But for now, as always, I'd like to finish up by saying thanks for watching.